Hi, my name is Kristen Hankins, and I'm a team leader with Usborne Books and More. Today I'm going to show you some of my favorite stories. Actually, these are some of my family's favorites, and we can't have a story time without a bunch of kids in the room, so if you hear them, it's because they love these books. The first one I want to show you is Dog and Mouse. This is a great book about friendship. I just want to add that one of the benefits of my job is meeting the authors of these books and getting signed books for my kids. They'll be keepsakes forever for sure. Love that. Let me show you a little bit. A tiny mouse watched, curious as can be, and finally asked what the dog hoped to see. I am looking for someone, a very best friend, who is loyal and true from beginning to end. Such a big job, and so important too. Mouse excitedly offered, I'll help you. It's definitely one to check out. Great story of friendship and making friends. This is by the same author, Michelle Nelson Schmidt. Jonathan James and the What If Monster is a great book about anxiety and being afraid. Some what if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think. Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all those what ifs got stuck in his head. What if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned? What if they giggle? What if it's chilly? What if you jump and look really silly? So, check out in that book how Jonathan James learns to overcome those what-if monsters. This is one of our absolute favorites by author Eric Odie. This is actually another author that I've had the opportunity to meet and get our book signed. Dan the Taxi Man. This is really fun because you get to sing with the book. There's a lot of repetition in it. Here's Dan, beep beep, the taxi man. Going to the show and picking up the band. Climb inside while you still can with Dan. Beep beep, the taxi man. Stop! Here comes Maureen with her tambourine. Shake a shake crash, shake a shake crash. And here's Dan, beep beep, the taxi man. Going to the show and picking up the band. Climb inside while you still can with Dan. Beep beep, the taxi man. Next up is Bears Don't Read. If you have a child learning how to read, I think this is a great book because in this book, the bear wants to learn how to read. And he's a little bit nervous what people will think about him, but he tries anyways. Most days, George sat on a bench at the edge of the woods and stared out at the distant hills. He wondered about life. Life is lovely, he thought. Tra-la-la-la and all that. But is this it, he wondered? Is this all there is? His brothers and sisters never wondered about anything. They were perfectly happy chatting, fishing, doing the usual bear things, and telling the same old stories over and over again. But George was bored. He didn't want to do the usual bear things anymore. He wanted other things. But what, he wondered. Then one day, as George was strolling through the forest, he found a book lying beneath a tree. Somebody must have lost it, he thought. How interesting. Inside it were pictures of a bear, just like him. So he's going to seek out someone, the owner of the book, and see if they will teach him how to read. Double Trouble for Anna Hibiscus. This is by another one of our awesome authors, Adenuki. And in this book, Anna has twin babies entering her family. And she's a little nervous. She feels a little neglected. She feels a little forgotten about. It's a wonderful story of family, a good reminder for kids when they're getting new siblings that they're not forgotten and they are big helpers. If you have not seen our illustrated stories and illustrated originals, you're in for a real treat. This is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It's one of our illustrated originals. We also have Heidi, Wizard of Oz, Treasure Island, Little Women. These books have gorgeous illustrations throughout, and they're excellent for young children who are reading at a high level because the content isn't inappropriate for them. They're classic stories. They're just beautifully illustrated throughout the book, which makes it that much more fun and engaging to read. They're great bedtime stories, especially. Wizard of Oz was probably one of our favorites. fairy tales for bedtime. We also have animal stories and Aesop's Fables. These are all retold fairy tales like Cinderella, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Jack and the Beanstalk, Rapunzel, Puss in Boots, Snow White, Hansel and Gretel, and more. And as you can see, they have beautiful illustrations in them for each of the stories. Animally, I love you, Animally. This book is adorable. There's adverbs all through the book to describe how you love someone. I love you hugely like a whale. I love you shyly like a quail. I love you cleverly like a fox. I love you powerfully like an ox. I love you busily like a bee. I love you doggedly like a flea. I love you gently like a lamb. I love you boldly like a ram. And it just goes on and on and on. We can read that over and over again because it's a great reminder to our kids that we love them so much. B as for bedtime takes you through the alphabet. There's a full page illustration on every other page. A is awake, how I feel after dinner. B for the book with my dad, it's a winner. C for the clock that tick-tocks on the wall. D is my dog who's not sleepy at all. E is for ears tucked warm out of sight. F for my fingers holding on tight. G for Gran with an H for her hug. She tucks me in tight like a bug in a rug. B is for bedtime. Okay, and last but not least, we have I'm a Dirty Dinosaur and I'm a Hungry Dinosaur. And these are loads of fun. Like with Dan the Taxi Man, lots of repetition, and it really gets the kids reading or sing-songing along with you. I'm a hungry dinosaur with a hungry tum. I'll shake and stir and mix and beat and make a cake that's yum. Shake, shake, stir, stir, make a cake that's yum. I'm a hungry dinosaur with cake mix for the pan. I'll tip it in and pat it down and smooth it best I can. Tip, tip, pat, pat, and smooth it best I can. I'm a hungry dinosaur. I'm hungry for some cake. I'll slide it in the oven now and sit and watch it bake. Slide, slide, sit, sit, sit and watch it bake. One little fact that's really neat about these books is that the illustrator made these illustrations using real chocolate. And for Dirty Dinosaur, real mud. You hear my daughter with one of our sound books down there. And we also have lots of activities for these books online, so you can make a whole curriculum out of it if you are a preschool teacher. They are really, truly fun stories. My kids want to hear them every single night. So I hope you guys like some of these books. I do think that they are stories for all ages. My kids range from 3 months to 8 years, and we read them together. I promise. You'll have a lot of fun.